Pink Martini is a musical group that was formed in 1994 by pianist Thomas Lauderdale in Portland, Oregon. Describing itself as a little orchestra, its music crosses genres such as classical, Latin, jazz and classic pop. The co-led vocalists for Pink Martini are China Forbes and Storm Large. History = Background and formation = In 1994 in his hometown of Portland, Oregon, Thomas Lauderdale was working in politics, thinking that one day he would run for mayor. Like other eager politicians in training, he went to every political fundraiser but was dismayed to find the music at these events underwhelming, lackluster, loud and unneighborly. Drawing inspiration from music from all over the world crossing genres of classical, jazz and old-fashioned pop and hoping to appeal to conservatives and liberals alike, he founded the A Little Orchestra Pink Martini in 1994 to provide more beautiful and inclusive musical soundtracks for political fundraisers for causes such as civil rights, affordable housing, the environment, libraries, public broadcasting, education and parks. The Robbie Stubbs says 8-piece Pink Martini is a little orchestra unto itself, and brilliantly combines elements of classical, jazz, world music, and timeless pop that the Washington Post describes as rich, hugely approachable music, utterly cosmopolitan yet utterly unpretentious. It seems to speak to just about everybody. 1 year later, Lauderdale called China Forbes, a Harvard classmate who was living in New York City, and asked her to join Pink Martini. They began to write songs together. Their first single Oe Sympathique became an overnight sensation in France, was nominated for a Oe Song of the Year at France Unregistered Trademark S Victoires de la Musique Awards. Oe All of us in Pink Martini have studied different languages as well as different styles of music from different parts of the world, says Lauderdale. Oe so inevitably, our repertoire is wildly diverse. At one moment, you feel like you're unregistered trademark in the middle of a samba parade in Rio de Janeiro, and in the next moment, you're unregistered trademark in a French music hall of the 1930s or a palazzo in Napoli. You're unregistered trademark a bit like an urban musical travelogue. We're unregistered trademark very much an American band, but we spend a lot of time abroad and therefore have the incredible diplomatic opportunity to represent a broader, more inclusive America the America which remains the most heterogeneously populated country in the world composed of people of every country, every language, every religion Forbes, though being monolingual, sings in 15 different languages. Featuring 10 12 musicians, Pink Martini performs its multilingual repertoire on concert stages and with symphony orchestras throughout Europe, Asia, Greece, Turkey, the Middle East, Northern Africa, Australia and New Zealand, South America and North America. Pink Martini made its European debut at the Cannes Film Festival in 1997 and its orchestral debut with the Oregon Symphony in 1998 under the direction of Norman Lydon. Since then, the band has gone on to play with more than 50 orchestras around the world, including multiple engagements with the Los Angeles Philharmonic at the Hollywood Bowl, the Boston Pops, the National Symphony at the Kennedy Center, the San Francisco Symphony, and the BBC Concert Orchestra at Royal Albert Hall in London. Other appearances include the grand opening of the Los Angeles Philharmonic unregistered trademark S. Frank Gehry designed Walt Disney Concert Hall, with return sold-out engagements for New Year unregistered trademark S. Eve 2003, 2004, 2008 and 2011. 2 sold-out concerts at Carnegie Hall. The opening party of the remodeled Museum of Modern Art in New York City. The Governor unregistered trademark S. Ball at the 80th Annual Academy Awards in 2008. The opening of the 2008 Sydney Festival in Australia. 2 sold-out concerts at Paris unregistered trademark Legendary La unregistered trademark Olympia Theatre in 2011. And Paris fashion house Lanvin unregistered trademark S 10-year anniversary celebration for designer Alber Elbaz in 2012. 1997, debut Pink Martini Euro unregistered trademark S debut album Sympathique was released independently in 1997 on the band Euro unregistered trademark S own label Heinz Records, and quickly became an international phenomenon, garnering the group nominations for a Euro OE Song of the Year, a Euro and a Euro OE Best New Artist, a Euro in France, a Euro unregistered trademark S Victoires de la Musique Awards in 2000. Pink Martini released Hang On Little Tomato in 2004, Hey Eugene in 2007 and Splendor in the Grass in 2009. In November 2010 the band released Joy to the World, a festive, multi-denominational holiday album featuring songs from around the globe. Joy to the World received glowing reviews and was carried in Starbucks stores during the 2010 and 2011 holiday seasons. All 5 albums have gone gold in France, Canada, Greece and Turkey, and have sold well over 2.5 million copies worldwide. In fall 2011 the band released 2 albums, a retrospective, a collection of the band unregistered trademark S most beloved songs spanning their 17-year career, which includes 8 previously unreleased tracks, and 1969, an album of collaborations with legendary Japanese singer Sori Yuki. 1969 has been certified platinum in Japan, reaching number 2 on the Japanese charts, with the Japan Times raving a of love and respect Sori Yuki and Pink Martini have for the pop tradition shines through on every track, a on New Year's Eve. 2005, Pink Martini performed live at the Arlene Schnitzer Concert Hall in Portland, Oregon. This performance was aired live on National Public Radio's Toast of the Nation, and in partnership with Oregon Public Broadcasting was recorded for a live DVD and later broadcast on U.S. Public Broadcasting and French television. The DVD has been re-released to retail as Discover the World, Live in Concert, featuring not only the full concert, but several vignettes and a short documentary of the band's history. The band has collaborated and performed with numerous artists, such as Jimmy Scott, Carol Channing, Rufus Wainwright, Martha Wainwright, Jane Powell, Henri Salvador, Chavla Vargas, New York performer Joey Arias, puppeteer Basil Twist, Georges Mastaki, Michael Feinstein, filmmaker Gus Van Sant, Courtney Taylor of the Dandy Warhols, clarinetist and conductor Norman Lydon, Japanese legend Hiroshi Wada, Italian actress and songwriter Alba Clement, DJ Johnny Dynal and Chi Valenti, NPR White House correspondent Ari Shapiro, the original cast of Sesame Street, March 4th Marching Band, the Bonita Vista High School Marching Band from Chula Vista, California, and the Pacific Youth Choir of Portland, Oregon. On November 22, 2005, Pink Martini appeared on Late Night with Conan O'Brien. On June 1, 2007, the band appeared on the long-running BBC Two Later with Jules Holland TV music program. On June 14, 2007, Pink Martini performed on Late Show with David Letterman, performing Hey Eugene. In December 2010 the band performed We Three Kings on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno and returned again in December 2011 to perform Santa Baby. 2010 present equals. In February 2011, the group's lead singer, China Forbes, recorded a video greeting to the European Space Agency's Italian astronaut, Paolo Nespoli, and Russian cosmonaut Alexander K. on board the International Space Station. The astronauts were preparing to oversee the docking of ESA's automated transfer vehicle cargo vessel, Johannes Kepler, which took place at 17:08 CET on February 24. The greeting was set to the soundtrack of Desviada na Mia Bomba Now one of Pink Martini's signature songs and was mixed with footage of the actual docking. During 2010 and 2011, Storm Large appeared as a vocalist with Pink Martini while China Forbes recovered from vocal cord surgery. Both Large and Forbes continue to perform with Pink Martini. On September 24, 2013 the band released their 7th studio album Get Happy, featuring numerous guest artists. On March 4, 2014, they released Dream a Little Dream with the Von Trapps. In August 2014, Derek Rieth, congas and percussion, 43, was found dead of a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head, in what was ruled as suicide. Soundtrack and other media. Pink Martini songs appear in such films as In the Cut, Nurse Betty, Josie and the Pussycats, Tortilla Soup, Shanghai Kiss, Mary and Max, and Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and have been used on television shows such as Dead Like Me, The Sopranos, The West Wing, Castle and Sherlock. Their song Una Nota Napoli is an integral part of the Italian movie Mein Vaganti, by the Italian-Turkish director Fatih Zedpetek. The song No Hay Problema is included as background setup music for Microsoft's Windows Server 2003 and was also used as the background setup music for an early build of Windows Longhorn, now known as Windows Vista. Heinz Records is an independent record label that produces the band's albums. Named after Lauderdale's dog, Heinz Records is run by its members and is distributed by NAIL Distribution. Heinz Records is also the label for China Forbes, Storm Large, and the Von Trapps. Discography: Sympathique, Hang On Little Tomato, Hey Eugene. Splendor in the Grass, Joy to the World, Get Happy, Dream a Little Dream, with the Von Trapps. References. External links: Pink Martini official website, Pink Martini at the Internet Movie Database, for a partial list of soundtrack appearances.